I'd like to thank the Health Minister's Office for accepting information from previous emails on this case this morning. In 2014, Rosemary was diagnosed with alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency ZZ, a genetic condition which severely affects a person's lungs. Her prescribed medication, prolastin, had always been delivered to her home, where a nurse would give her weekly infusions. Earlier this year, the government made the decision to switch patients from prolastin to a different medication, Glycia. Prior to this decision, she never had to pay a pharmacare deductible. However, with the new medication, her deductible costs $3,000. Can the minister explain why the change in medication?
The Honourable Minister of Health, Seniors and Long-Term Care.
I want to thank the member for Tyndall Park for this question, and I do really appreciate her reaching out in advance, bringing this to the floor of the House. Due to the timing of it, I can say here that I don't have all of the details I would like to have to be able to respond in the House. My team, my office has been going back and forth, has been in communication with this Manitoban, and we have given direction to the department to get more information on this issue. And I would just like to say here, I do believe that this person is a gallery guest today. Hi, I'm very happy to meet with you and have a conversation about what you've been experiencing and how we can help.
The Honourable Member for Tyndall Park on a supplementary question.
Honourable Speaker, earlier this year, Rosemary was forced to change medications and now has to pay $3,000 a year on her deductible because of this government's decisions. On top of this, at 67 years of age, with a serious lung condition, she's now forced to go to Health Sciences Centre to pick up her medication when the former medication used to be delivered to her home. The box for this medication is very heavy, placing a further burden on her physical health. Honourable Speaker, why does Rosemary now have to go to the Health Sciences Centre to pick up her medication, and is there anything that can be done to reinstate having it delivered?
Rosemary, I apologize for not using your name in my first response. I think it's really important that when issues like this are brought to my office, that we get as much information as we possibly can, and we do work with folks directly to see how we can help. And so this is something my office is actively looking into. I've directed the department to expedite their work on this particular file, and I will sit down and have a conversation with her to make sure that her needs are addressed, however we can on our team, and make sure that we can communicate moving forward in a way that is most helpful.
The Honourable Member for Tyndall Park on a final supplementary question.
Honourable Speaker, the federal government provides millions of dollars across Canada to support a program for pharmacare. It is ultimately up to each province how this money is then spent. Now, unfortunately, it is becoming clearer that the way that this government is distributing money is not meeting the needs of many Manitobans who are unable to keep up with the increase of everyday needs. The increases in Rosemary's pharmacare deductible, $3,000 under this NDP government, despite the federal funding, is making her already limited lifestyle unsustainable. What is currently being done for Manitobans who are now struggling to afford and in many cases access their life-saving medications?
The Honourable Minister of Health, Seniors and Long-Term Care.
I do want to be clear, we value the relationship we have with the federal government. We will work with all levels of government to make sure as much resources coming to Manitoba as possible so that we can make the right investments in healthcare. I want to be clear, the federal government could certainly do more, which is why we continue to advocate to the federal government to recognize every jurisdiction's unique needs and work with Manitoba so we can meet Manitobans' needs. I would ask that member, she can talk to her federal counterparts and ask them to ensure that their federal transfers remain stable. That is a real concern across the country, certainly here in Manitoba. We want to see that budget reflect stability for our federal health transfers and all transfers here in Manitoba. And I will make sure that I sit down and meet with Rosemary, including the member from Tyndall Park as well, to have the conversation about the issue she's brought forward.